DDG3000 Multimedia Portfolio, week 6. Yep, gang, week 6 is upon us. You guys have been exploring your creative aptitude. I've been taking a look to see how your design skills have evolved as we've started building our very first pages of the portfolio. If you haven't submitted your personal logo design applied to real-world solutions, real-world applications for week 4, which is our InDesign template that we downloaded from week 1. And we've taken that template and we've now placed on page 2 your personal logo design, and on page 3 we've posted your personal logo design applied to some real-world marketing swag, hats and thumb drives and mouse pads and things like that. I thought I'd kick off this week by showing a couple of excellent examples from a couple of your classmates in the class this semester. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a little sneak peek into a couple of student samples, and you'll notice one student here and her personal branding on top of her real-world solutions for page 3, which I think are both excellent. I'm going to go ahead and open up another student sample, and you'll see her page 2 and 3 case study, a really nice front and back business card, really nice envelope, very nice top to her letterhead, and here's a t-shirt, a mug, and a hat. So this is what the expectation was through week 4, that we would have that personal identity mark created and that we would build our first case study in our portfolio. So we're hitting the ground running here. Please, if you haven't submitted this case study yet, please submit it to me this week as you're working on your next designs for your first out of personal case study, the first one that's not about you. Remember that last week we were dealing with designing a logo for a product or service, something that you like, something that you support. I've gotten everything from restaurants like the Outback and Carrabba's. I've gotten nonprofit organizations like the Humane Society. I've gotten things across the board as far as that goes. So we're in chapter 5 of your book. So we've done the first 4 chapters, and in your weekly assessment folders, we've kind of spaced it out, a quiz on chapter 1 through 3, and then a quiz on chapter 4. So right now we're still in chapter 5 of your book, and we're talking about collecting materials, collecting original artwork, organizing artwork and designs, organizing digital files, and the idea of the left brain versus the right brain. I thought this was a really cool image. A series of record sleeves that when you put them together, they make one design. I thought that was a pretty neat image and solution. So this week it's about collecting materials, about organizing digital files, and about that left brain, right brain. Now that we're in our second week of chapter 5, you'll see there's a little quiz attached here in week 6. Remember, it's open book and open notes, but make sure that you're taking notes as you're taking the quizzes, because when we get to final exam, it's going to be a notes final exam, and you'll see these projects again. Now, we've been working on the logo redesign of a product or service that you really like. Maybe it's a restaurant, maybe it's a hotel, maybe it's a cleaning crew type of company, landscaping, paver company. It could be a builder. Last week we were doing a logo redesign. This week we'll be doing page 5 in your portfolio, which is the logo applied to things, applied to real-world solutions. So let's take a look at the description here. Case study or spread 2, which is page 4 and 5 in your portfolio. So page 2 is your personal logo. Page 3 is your personal logo applied to marketing swag like hats and mouses and t-shirts and thumb drives and things like that. So now we're into case study number 2. Page 4 in your portfolio will be that logo redesign of the restaurant, the product, the service that you created last week, and this week we'll be applying it to a real-world solution. So case study or spread 2 in your multimedia portfolio will be our first external client design study. You will be creating a new brand for a corporation. Page 4 of your portfolio, the left page of the spread, will be dedicated for creating a new logo or redesigning the logo for a major product or service, hotel, restaurant, store, things like energy drinks. I'd like you to create a combination mark, which means the logo should include a text component, name of the company, and also a symbol. On the right side page, or page 5 of Portfolio, I would like you to use the logo in a minimal of 3 applications. You can create the logo and apply it to a static web page design, something maybe you create in Photoshop. You can do a print advertisement, you can do a billboard, you can design a postcard. Any 3 applications that a company of the type you have selected would be advertising on or brand awareness building with. If a selected restaurant to redesign, I may design coasters, napkins, menus, maybe their website, maybe place the logo on glasses, matchbooks, or billboards. Good luck and have fun with the project. Select a product or service that you use or appreciate. So you'll use your portfolio template, and you have already pages 2 and 3 completed. Now, apply page 4 content in your template, which is that personal logo design for the external client. You can use a drop shadow, you can do some creative cropping, and then you'll also be adding page 5, which is the external client merchandising. These should have a layout which showcases foreground, middle ground, and background. And by that I mean, and you can look right up here, some things small, like the little cork or the little bottle top. Some things a little bit more medium, like the coasters or the corkscrew. And then some things bigger, like the bags and the boxes here. So that's how you create middle ground, foreground, and background. The foreground objects are the ones that are larger. The middle ground objects are the ones that are medium sized. And the background objects traditionally are the ones that are a little bit smaller. And that'll help create that design interest that we have in the portfolio. So by the end of this week, we should have 2 case studies done. Page 2 and 3 of your personal logo design, and page 4 and 5 of your product or service logo design with real-world mock-ups. I love this one because I start to see how your brain works when it relates to a client that isn't you. When you aren't the client, that you actually are designing for someone else. So have fun with this. I can't wait to see what your solutions are, and everyone have a great week 6.